Hello and welcome. In a world where a product's journey from a warehouse to your front door is measured in hours, not days, the efficiency of that supply chain is, well, it's everything. In this explainer, we're going to break down the science of logistics optimization and discover how a really surprising tool, cloud accounting, is actually the secret weapon for getting a true competitive edge. So here's our game plan. First, we'll get right to the heart of what logistics optimization really means. Then we'll unpack the 7 core techniques that make it all work. After that, we're going to connect the dots to cloud accounting, and I'll show you how it really fuels the entire process. And finally, we'll wrap things up by looking at the powerful synergy that gives today's businesses their competitive edge.
All right, let's start with the absolute foundation. What are we even talking about when we say logistics optimization?
At its core, logistics optimization is a strategic approach. See, it's not just about moving boxes from point A to point B. It's about systematically improving the entire process to make it better in 3 key ways: speed, efficiency, and cost-effectiveness. You could say it's the engine that drives any modern responsive supply chain.
So why do organizations put so much effort into this? Well, the goals are really clear and they have a huge impact. Companies want to slash costs, everything from fuel to labor. They absolutely need to meet our demands for faster, more accurate deliveries. They're also trying to perfect their inventory levels so they don't have a bunch of cash tied up in stock. And crucially, they want to create seamless coordination between all their partners. At the end of the day, it's all about boosting the performance of the entire supply chain.
But, hitting these goals doesn't just happen by chance. It takes a really solid framework. So let's break down the pillars that actually hold this whole thing up.
This framework is really built on 7 core techniques. Think of them as the essential building blocks. From planning the most efficient delivery route all the way to using complex data analytics, each one of these pillars plays a really distinct and vital role. And now we're going to dig into each one.
So how do these 7 techniques really work in the real world? Let's take a closer look at each one by one.
First up, we have route optimization. Now this is so much more than just pulling up a standard map. We're talking about sophisticated algorithms that process real-time traffic, the vehicle's capacity, delivery windows, all to find the absolute best path. The impact is immediate: lower fuel costs and faster delivery times. It directly hits those key goals of speed and cost efficiency.
Next up is inventory optimization, and this one is a really delicate balancing act. If you have too much stock, you're tying up capital, but if you have too little, you risk losing sales. To find that perfect sweet spot, companies use methods like just-in-time, or JIT. That's where materials arrive exactly when they're needed for production, not a minute sooner, not a minute later. It's a bit of a high-wire act, and it's all made possible by predictive analytics, which can forecast demand to stop stockouts before they even happen.
Even the physical layout of a warehouse is an optimization tool. A smart design creates a really smooth flow of goods. This involves techniques like slotting, where the most popular items are put in the easiest to reach spots. And it often means using advanced robotics, like automated storage and retrieval systems, to just dramatically cut down on handling time and boost productivity. Choosing a transportation partner isn't just a simple choice, it's a huge strategic decision. It's not just about who has the lowest price. Companies actually use a scorecard approach, evaluating carriers on things like cost, on-time delivery rates, and overall service quality. This makes sure that the entire transportation leg of their supply chain is absolutely rock solid.
Order fulfillment, that's the crucial last step, and it really has to be perfect. To maximize both speed and accuracy, warehouses use strategies like batch picking. That means gathering items for a bunch of different orders all at once, and automation for packing and sorting. It's all about getting the order right and getting it out the door fast.
A supply chain is really a network of partners, and it's only as strong as its weakest link. This is where collaboration and visibility become so critical. By using shared dashboards and real-time tracking, everyone, from suppliers to manufacturers to distributors, can see the exact same information at the exact same time. This kind of transparency is the key to spotting and fixing bottlenecks before they cause major delays. And finally, we have data analytics. This is basically the brain of the whole operation. By analyzing historical data and market trends, predictive models can forecast future demand with pretty remarkable accuracy. This lets companies shift from being reactive to being proactive, making smarter decisions about inventory, staffing, and transportation needs way in advance. So let's put it all together. This table gives you a really quick summary, linking each one of those techniques to its purpose, the tools it uses, and the main benefit. You can really see how everything from algorithms to forecasting models contributes to one big, efficient puzzle.
Okay, so we've looked at all the operational tools, but there's a missing piece to this puzzle. All of these techniques generate a massive amount of financial data, and that's where our second key element comes in: cloud accounting. We're about to see how it's not just for bookkeeping, it's a catalyst that powers everything we've just talked about.
So what exactly is cloud accounting in this context? Well, it's an online accounting platform that gives you financial data not quarterly, not monthly, but in real time. And the most crucial feature here is its ability to integrate directly with logistics systems, which creates this seamless flow of information between operations and finance.
And its contributions are huge. It offers immediate financial insights, it can automate invoicing to improve cash flow, and it enhances cost control with live budget tracking. But most importantly, it integrates with the core software that runs the operation: transportation management systems, which handle shipping, and warehouse management systems, which, you guessed it, run the warehouse.
Now, this integration, this is where the real magic happens. Let's take a look at what this synergy between operations and finance actually looks like in action.
Take a look at this powerful feedback loop. On the left side, you've got raw operational data, things like fuel costs, labor hours, and carrier invoices. This data flows directly into the cloud accounting system. Then, on the right, that system transforms it into actionable financial insights, like real-time profitability analysis for each specific route, or instant alerts when a warehouse goes over its labor budget. This financial intelligence then flows right back to help make better operational decisions.
And all of this brings us to our conclusion. When you combine these sophisticated operational techniques with real-time financial intelligence, the result is a massive and sustainable competitive edge. So, to sum it all up, when you power your logistics optimization with real-time financial insights from cloud accounting, you create an incredibly powerful combination. It helps organizations cut costs, boost their efficiency, coordinate better with partners, and ultimately thrive in what is a very complex and demanding business world.
And that leaves us with one final thought to consider. In today's data-centric world, where big decisions are made in minutes, not months, can a supply chain really claim to be optimized if its operational and financial data systems aren't deeply and seamlessly connected? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this explainer has given you a clear and structured overview of this really vital topic. Now, it's over to you to think about how these concepts apply out there in the real world.